see, you know, ZVZ used to be very one-sided, where people used only links, blinks, roaches. Nowadays, you see all sorts of unit compositions, and that's definitely interesting. I'm glad to see that mirror matches are not that very monotone anymore. You know, you actually see a lot of different units, army compositions being emerging from. Yeah, definitely very interesting to see.
Yeah, to add on to what you're saying, I mean, now one of the most popular combinations of units is just strictly Roach Hydra. Not even going for like the mass Roach Infestor armies, but with the Hydra DPS, and actually using your gas mostly for Hydras, you can kill off a lot of Roaches faster, and you can use that concave so that the fungal growth isn't quite as effective against you as it would be if you were pure Roach, just because Roaches don't have that much range. But I mean, let's just go ahead and really go into the actual game itself now.
Exactly. No, that's really interesting thing you know there. That Hydras are really nice for the DPS. However, Hydras do not have a lot of life. So what you need to do is put Hydras behind the Roaches and let the Roaches tank the damage and let the Hydras do the actual damage, you know, because Hydras die so instantaneously against Roaches. So you need to be careful with your engagements there when you're going for the Hydra build. Definitely adding on Roaches is definitely going to help as well. But there we see a gas cancel.
Yep. Either SYZ delayed or like made a mistake and didn't build his Overlord on 9, or has built into his play a going for. Ooh, actually, looks like first Handfly is going to go ahead and get kicked out by BLAST.sYz. But basically, he looks like he's just going to go ahead and deck up normally. Sometimes this is a sign of an early pool when someone goes for that gas extractor trick, whatever you want to call it, to get that 11 pool, but he's just going to go ahead and drone up behind it. And you can see he is actually ahead of
yes.
Check for a second.
Exactly. I was going to say that. Sorry to interrupt you. I was going to say that that's usually to get the drones just a little bit faster. It puts you behind in economy just a little tiny bit, but you know, you're going to get your drones that much faster. And that is basically what he opts to do. You know, it really, these are subtle varieties you have in build orders, and whichever variety you're comfortable with, people are going to go for that, and that's basically what they're doing. A lot of these types of builds also come from Brood War play, of course, and that's basically what these players are usually, you know, putting into their build orders.
Yeah, and actually, well, Check went for a hatchery first, while SYZ or SYZ, however you want to pronounce his name, went for an extractor, and then the spawning pool to get the very, very fast speedling out. So this is going to be a little bit tricky for Check in the early game. He's going to have to do a nice bit of micro, and possibly put down a couple of spine crawlers to be able to defend, as SYZ is going to be able to put on a lot of pressure, and he can definitely deal damage for Check if Check doesn't defend accordingly.
Well, that's different, true. You know, he's going to have those links a bit faster. But, you know, most of the time when someone goes for a hatchery first, they're not really that much in trouble, because by the time you have links and they reach the enemy base, they can defend well. However, right now we actually have a Baneling that's going down, and that could be some problem really for the opponent, because you know, you have a small time window where Banelings are really powerful in these type of mirror matches. So we're going to see how that's going to turn out here for our SYZ from the French team BLAST.
Yeah, also there's a 50-second time difference between the metabolic boosts of both players, and that's going to be really, really good for SYZ. With the Banelings about to be completed, he's going to have a very nice aggressive opportunity while his Lings are dancing around, but
exactly.
Yeah, but I mean, Speedlings destroy normal Lings because they can get that concave retreat, and if for some reason Check engages without speed before it's done in a situation where he can't win, he can't retreat because SYZ will have a guaranteed kill on all of those Lings.
And that is definitely true. Oh, so we're going to see. Actually, there is a small difference, of course. It gives a little bit of a timing window, but I honestly don't believe it's going to make that much of a difference. A lot of Zerg players are safe with going for hatchery first, of course. But this is exactly what I said. Small timing window where Banelings are really powerful. There he comes with the Banelings. This could be a problem potentially. Oh my God! A lot of Lings going down, and this is just trying to. What is he doing with his Baneling? He should have moved to the drones there, and that's what he's doing now. Is, oh my God, taking out a couple of Lings, and well,
Yeah,
And
drones
he's
are
gonna
going down. 3 drones have now fallen. More
Oh
lings are
my
going
God.
in.
More links are coming, yes, and these are definitely going to be a problem.
Yeah, and now it's forcing Check to go down to his spine crawler, and more reinforcements are coming in for Sizz. You can see that there's a nice line of overlords, and there we have a bunch of links moving down from a natural expansion, and banelings are now morphing inside those line of sight blockers. Check is aware of this. He's going to try and use a few links to pick them off, but he's got to be really careful. He's about to complete, and they get a nice explosion on a bunch of links.
Yes, and this is really going to be... Check is so much behind right now. However, if you look at the Harvester tab, he is... Sizz is 6 Harvesters behind. Now, that is a really nice number, and he's actually getting his own expansion at the same time, but the pool is being targeted right here. I don't know how long he's going to hold this off. Sizz has really a nice timing window where he's way ahead and had a nice timing window, and he did some damage, and that really gave him so much advantage, which you can see right now.
Yep. And now, as you look at the food count is... Check literally has 2/3 the food of Sizz in a very low food, low economy game. Right now, if you take a look at the Russian tab, you can see drones coming at both players, but Sizz has a nice advantage now. He's gotten his own natural up, and that means that early base advantage that Check had is completely nullified.
Exactly. And you know, Sizz is not being careless. He's not droning up really hard. What he is doing is constantly putting pressure, because what Check has to do in this situation is he needs to make a comeback, because the difference is not that big. If you have like 2 Banelings bust perfectly on Sizz is going to be on the same level, but right now, a couple of Banelings coming, he might lose these drones. Oh my god,
every single one is going to fall.
This is terrible. He's losing so many drones. This is terrible for Check, and I believe that's going to be GG for him, because look at the supply difference. I mean, supply difference is 10 versus 38, and GG. eSahara.Check, the Korean player, throws into the towel, and Sizz is basically going to take the first game.